not pretend it's a solution. It's not. Just the best we got because the system's shot. Having attention deficit hyperactivity disorder is like living inside a violently disobedient clock. Seconds slowing into forever. Then jumping into overdrive. Warp 8, Warp 9, Warp 10. Mr. Scott, I need more. Aye, Captain, but I'm afraid she'll blow. Having ADHD is like being an exclamation mark in a world of commas. It's telling the cop, go f*** yourself, because the dial on my rage diminisher is malfunctioning. It's tuning out my wife who's sitting right in front of me, because the fly on the ceiling is walking backwards, and I forgot to call my mom, who was a terrible cook, but I didn't care. I ate so fast food barely touched my taste buds. I don't know why they call them buds anyway. It's not like they become flowers, or friends, or beer. I remember the first time I took Ritalin. My mental merry-go-round began to slow down, and everyone suddenly started speaking human. But by then, I found my own ways to cope. I went to 5 different high schools, failed every class except gym, drama, and dope smoking. Math was like studying advanced theoretical Klingon, like bungee jumping off the back of a pickup truck. I still don't speak numbers. My adolescent mind was a paper plane in the palm of a hurricane. And ultimately, the only thing school ever taught me was that I wasn't good enough to make the grade. I know my attention fluctuates, but when love calls my name, I focus like the Hubble. I can see God's fingerprints on every flower petal. I remember the cut, color, and texture of that dress you wore the day we met, the salience of your sweat, and every switchback curve in your beautiful smile. You say living with me is like having a Swedish death metal band in the basement and a drunk kangaroo in the bedroom. But although I can't sit still for more than 3 minutes, I still see forever in your eyes. And though sometimes I don't pay attention, I know exactly how much this love is worth. The world disdains the distracted mind. They prefer us focused on our flat screens, too terrified to imagine a world without drones, war zones, or corporate prisons. But my mind is full of visions so breathtakingly beautiful. My God, I wish you could see them too. I may never be normal, but what is normal in a world of infinite variety? And in the quiet backwaters of my mind, I know I am not damaged, just different. And isn't being different
the one thing we all have in common? Oh, welcome, motherfucker, to another edition of ADHD Radio. My name is Jason. His name is Kevin. And my switcher is fucked up. There we go. Yes, welcome to another edition of ADHD Radio. All right, you got everything going there, Kevin?
I think I got it moving there, Jim.
Oh, you think you got it there?
Think you got it.
Okay, good. Because your favorite Kenosha, Wisconsin, is in the news.
Your name's not Jim.
No, it's not. It's Video Vamp.
That's just not how we do things here in Kenosha.
In Kenosha, huh? Kenosha kosher, that's what I always say. I love how
Are we going to talk about that?
No, we're not. No. But every time I hear it on the news, I can picture you doing your, like, gruff old man, Kenosha, Wisconsin, you're on the air.
Oh, the Larry King?
Yeah, Larry King.
Kenosha, Wisconsin, hello. This is Larry King. I've done 65 different commercial advertisements since my retirement.
Yes, exactly. But this is the only one that matters.
This one helps your balls.
Right. That's right. Very, very important. You know, you gotta help your balls. So phones will be up shortly.
I'll get Larry King's ball helper for iPhone and Android.
iPhone and Android.
It'll tell you when to move your nuts around.
That's right.
It sounds almost like Bernie Sanders.
Kind of. Yeah, kind of. I don't know. I do not know, Meng. Looks like I also have to get the multicam set right.
Multicam.
We'll just set that to Kevin's monitor. which at the moment is showing us, what have we here? Ah, the Google main page. Well done.
Woo!
Very good.
And then I click the news, and then we wait.
And then we wait. We wait. We wait patiently. We pretend that we're going to wait patiently.
The U.S. Geological Survey recorded a 5.1 magnitude earthquake in Allegheny County, North Carolina on Sunday.
Uh-huh.
About the same time, parishioners at the St. Gabriel Catholic Church in Charlotte, 100 miles to the south, gathered at Mass and heard among the morning's Bible readings, "After the wind there was an earthquake, but the Lord was not in the earthquake."
Uh-huh.
Father Richard Sutter, pastor at St. Gabriel, later told the Charlotte Observer he didn't feel the rumble himself, but several worshipers approached him after the outdoor service to share the God incident. Father Corey Catron, closer to the epicenter near Sparta, also felt the quake and said it made for a good homily material. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, no shit.
And his services ended later that morning. An aftershock rattled his church.
Yes.
It was Jesus.
It was Jesus. Of course it was Jesus. It was Jesus that caused the geological abruption. We'll just call it an abruption because, you know, why not? That's completely absurd. What else you got, motherfucker?
Trumpy's in Kenosha. That's why you can't drive down fucking Main Street right now. Goddamn Trumpy's here.
That's true.
Just wanted some cheese.
Just wanted some cheese, because we're cheeseheads. I mean, what?
And some beer.
And some beer.
And some Aaron Rodgers trading cards. I think that's what they buy.
No wonder Wisconsin is like one of the most obese states.
Wisconsin, and then they'll shoot you.
They'll shoot you?
Apparently.
Okay.
Apparently, teenage kids will shoot you in the face.
Yes, but they weren't from Kenosha.
Oh, that's right. He wasn't from here. He wasn't even from here, bro. You think there's a lot of...
Do you even cheesehead, bro?
Yeah. Wasn't even from here, dude.
Man, like, we get the bad rap. Like, no, come on.
Are the Packers going to play in person or not? Because fucking A.
I don't know. I think I'll go to a neighboring town and shoot someone about it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, this sounds like a good idea. This sounds like sound reasoning, right? So I spent about 4 hours on a FaceTime call with a friend of mine, a sound guy in Manila.
Mm-hmm.
And our levels are different. It probably sounds the same to you, but they're actually quite different. Yeah. So I'm looking for feedback. I am eliciting feedback to those of you who are listening on the stream and also those who are listening live. I could do the live rundown, but suffice it to say, if you can't find us live, you're dead.
Sounds pretty good in the headphone.
Well, it's not just the headphones. That's why it took so long.
We got the YouTube.
Yep. We got the YouTubes.
We got the Twitch.
Yeah, we got the Facebook.
We don't got the Mixer because they're dirty bitches.
That's right. Dirty, dirty bitches.
Who got the YouTube? We got the YouTube.
I guess I should check the Skype. Skype, boy. That's how it should sound. Like in my head, that's always, oh, are you on Skype? Sounds like a ninja, like getting kicked in the nuts. Kicked in the nuts, ninja. What do you think? Skype. Oh, very good. Let's try a Skype test call while Kevin's doing whatever it is he does over there.
Ring doorbells could sabotage cops.
You
think?
Right. And guns can kill people, but, you know, whatever. Okay, let's see. I gotta be sure that this does its thing. And let's make a handy dandy.
Welcome to Skype call testing service. After the beep, please record a
Hear how
message.
clean that is?
Afterwards, your message will be played back to you.
Kenosha, Wisconsin. You're on the fucking air. Say stuff, Kevin.
You're on the air.
Yeah, you're on the air.
Sheboygan, you're on the air.
Kenosha, Wisconsin. You're on the fucking air. Say stuff, Kevin.
You're on the air.
Yeah, you're on. Sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, pretty good.
All right, phones are up 984-664-2723. That's right. It used to be NHB Live, but Dathan, Damon, too many D words. Damon decided to get rid of that number.
He doesn't call it anymore.
Damon?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't. It's a shame, too.
You never call me on the cell phone.
That's right.
During the show when you need to.
Yeah, you really should.
But he just like hijacked the last time he called, and maybe he still feels bad about that because like
I guarantee he pays no attention to that.
he talked for like 100 minutes or more.
Well, but that's because that's what made him such a good host. Dathan. My God, why do I keep doing that? Damon always has something to say.
I know. Yeah, that's true.
Always.
Sometimes it's a lot.
Sometimes it's a lot of things to say. That is true. He is certainly capable of saying things that he's not asked to say.
iPad 2020 just leaked and it looks like iPad Pro.
Yeah, who cares? Let's just pretend that that's right, and yeah, who cares? It doesn't matter. Like, okay, so before the show, Kevin was telling me, well, the iPhone's going to be late. And I'm like, no, it's not. Compared to what? Fuck people and their entitlements. You're not allowed to say that. The iPhone will come out whenever.
When it comes out, bitch.
When it comes out, motherfucker. That's right.
iPhone comes out when it feels like it.
It was a windy day, okay? An iPhone just didn't feel like coming out.
You ain't putting that shit.
Yeah, that's right.
Samsung is producing even faster 16 gigabyte memory modules.
Are they?
LPDDR5.
That's right. Yeah, sounds very important.
With extreme ultraviolet lithography. Oh yeah. Extreme ultraviolet.
P.S. Don't leave it out in the sun or it won't work anymore. Thanks.
Oops. My phone
Oops.
exploded.
What I don't know what we did wrong.
Remember when Samsung phones just like caught fire?
Yes. In fact, I believe that's an annual thing.
You're like, that happens all the time.
Well, no, meaning like they always end up coming out with a phone and they're like, we've put a Snapdragon 50,000 processor on there. And
Ooh,
we think this is without question the fastest phone ever made.
And Kevin goes, ooh, Snap 50,000.
Catches on fire in an airplane. And it's like, oh, so that's why no one else is doing it. Uh-huh. Exactly.
What? 8-bit dough made a fucking NAS advantage?
I didn't hear any word that you just said.
Okay, so when back in the day when there was a regular Nintendo,
Uh-huh.
you could get a couple different controllers for the regular Nintendo that people didn't necessarily know about. There was the normal controller that came with everything, right?
Okay.
And then you could get the NES Max, which was like this little one that kind of looks like a...
Oh, I
PlayStation
remember
controller,
those.
And like it had a little turbo button on it. I loved the NES Max. It was dope. And you could move around with like this little...
Yeah,
circle
because you were
thing.
the only kid in the neighborhood who actually had one.
I don't know, maybe. The NES Max was cool. And then this looks like the NES Advantage, which was the arcade stick for the NES.
That actually, to me, that looks exactly like every 80s arcade. Like that 8-button configuration. But what would you do with 8 buttons on a Nintendo controller? I mean, I understand the 2 rows. One is probably turbo, right? The top row is turbo.
Well, no, on the Nintendo there was just 4 buttons.
Oh, okay. So it was just
This had
A,
8
B.
because new games need 8.
Oh, okay. So this is a brand new thing with the same design.
Sort of, yeah, exactly.
Okay, how are they going to be doing the finger things? You know, your pointer finger and your middle finger, because now it's, you know, right bottom, left bottom, on both on Xbox and on what's it called on PlayStation.
Right. Well, then you have your shoulder buttons on the right, I would think, but you can put them. You probably assign them to whatever you want.
What could possibly go wrong? I love that.
Oh, this looks dope.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It looks dope. But here's the problem.
But it says it works for PC or Switch. It doesn't say that it'll work for Sony.
Okay, we now have a more ergonomic way of holding controls, right? Our controls are now way more ergonomic, and with every new video game system, it becomes even more ergonomic, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a decidedly less ergonomic decision, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about this. I don't know about that. I don't know.
Sick. Mostly, I would think for fighting games.
Okay. I mean, for
Like Street
fighting
Fighter.
games, it works. But so the thing about ergonomics is that it should be a good idea regardless of what you're doing with it.
$90.
$90, huh? What did the originals cost?
What's the original NES Advantage?
Yeah. I will die if it's less than $90.
We got it on sale for like $20.
Right. So you bought it on closeout, which is not the same thing.
Service merchandise back in the day.
Oh my God, that's wow.
On my own shit.
So here's okay, kiddies, it's time for a history lesson. Service merchandise was like Circuit City in that they thought it was really inconvenient to keep the warehouse in the storeroom. So what they did was the same thing that you do when you go to Sam's Club or Walmart when you want to buy a game. You take the sheet of paper to the cashier and they scan the barcode and then you pick up the thing. Except Service Merchandise did it in an even more strange way. They had this like a conveyor belt. It was like B&H if B&H was crack-headed and disorganized.
Mm-hmm.
B&H, by the way, not crack-headed nor disorganized. B&H has this kick-ass way of doing things that I'm sure everyone's seen where there's a basket and the baskets come down. So all the warehousing stuff is actually upstairs. Like the fulfillment center is in the same place, but your order drops down and it's ridiculously cool. In fact, it's so cool that like if you go on their app, the app will actually show these little B&H baskets, you know, getting dropped down and around. It's way cool.
You can get a NES Advantage for around $15.
Okay, but what do they sell for new?
Oh, like new in box?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's what I was saying. Like, okay, the new version is $90. What did they actually cost when they shipped? I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, but kind of does. I mean, if I'm supposed to compare it to something else that's coming out now, it would be nice to know. That's all I'm saying. I mean, don't waste time on it. But I mean, I don't. Yeah, there you go. What you got?
I don't know if it's going to tell me or the price.
I mean, I wouldn't worry about it.
Pinterest.
Fuck Pinterest. Can I just tell?
That's what it looked like
Can
when
I
you
just
bought it.
say how much I dislike Pinterest? No, I'm not going to get a membership on your platform because no, you don't attribute copyright. You've managed to say just how little you care about the original creator of the work. So, no, go fuck yourself, Pinterest.
Oh, see, so they had two different boxes. They had the regular box when it came out, this one. And then there was like the greatest hits kind of box.
Okay. Yeah. You're still on this. I mean, it really doesn't matter.
$29.99 in the box. You can get it for now. That's probably what it was then, too.
I doubt it was $30 back then because every kid would have had it.
People had it, though. Like, not everybody had it, but people had it.
Well, I never had it.
I think my brother picked that instead of a game one time. You know what I mean?
I see.
But yeah, Ness Event was cute. It's cute that they're making.
Are you gonna buy? Are you gonna buy another one?
No. But I was thinking about an arcade stick when the PS5 comes out.
Uh-huh.
Because that would be fun. I just want to make sure it works with PS5.
I don't see why it wouldn't.
I know, right? Like they have. There's a few arcade sticks that are universal, so it'll probably work with the PS5, but you don't know.
Well, that's why we have USB. Like USB is a completely universal standard for exactly that reason.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it's always been designed. That's the way it's always worked. Well, not always. Nintendo, the Nintendo controller was actually a modified serial port. If I remember correctly. Knowing the know-it-alls on the internet, I'll get an actually, technically, that was not Yes, I said a modified serial port. It wasn't exactly a serial port, but it was goddamn close. What are you looking at?
Wildfires tore through parts of California on August 19th. Chad Little of Vacaville and his family prepared to evacuate, but Little changed his mind and decided to stay.
Oh, boy.
The family is in the process of rebuilding the home they lost 5 years ago in an attic fire, and I can't let it go, he said. Little had hoses ready, but when the electricity went out, the water was cut off. He grabbed a rake to clear away dry grass. As his cars and then his shop began to catch fire, he reached for the only liquid he had, which was Bud Light.
We covered this last week, Kevin. Don't you remember?
Yeah, yes, we did.
We did. We spent an hour on it.
Do we not have a new?
Motherfucking bloggers. How are we supposed to cover the news if the news is the same as last week's news?
What the crap?
I'm sorry. I crave novelty. No two ways about it.
Maybe they just like the Bud Light.
No, maybe they took a week off. Or maybe the blogger, like, I don't know, caught coronavirus. Maybe people are, like, going down to the Rona. Wouldn't that be interesting? Pretty soon, believe me, it's going to happen. People are going to start coming up with different ways to describe it. Be like, oh yeah, the Rona. Oh, it's the Rona. That's it?
Just trying to make sure that I didn't read this one last week. Maybe they just threw the Bud one in there again for good measure. Or I found it on some other site before.
That's possible. I mean, it is a pretty compelling story, I must admit.
Volunteer James Blunt recently revealed that in his early college years at the University of Bristol,
Uh-huh.
he adopted a completely carnivorous diet in order to prove his manliness, according to Men's Health.
Okay.
I just lived on mince, chicken, maybe with some mayonnaise. It took me about 6 to 8 weeks to get very, very unhealthy and see a doctor. Yeah, no shit.
Uh-huh.
I think you got the symptoms of scurvy, he says. Whoa.
Scurvy.
In response, Blunt tried to reverse the vitamin C deficiency that causes scurvy by drinking a liter of orange juice every night.
No! Oh, that's okay. No!
Which caused him to develop acid reflux.
Yes! That's... No, it doesn't work that way. You
So
can't
as
just...
you can see,
Oh.
food is not necessarily my forte.
What is your forte, sir? What is your forte? Because I don't know.
You got scurvy.
Wow.
Wonder if his friends called him Captain James Blunt after that.
You know what? Whatever.
Arr, yar, har. Ain't seen an orange for years.
Aren't seen an orange, yar.
Yar. We need less scurvy.
That's right. We need less scurvy, damn it. Scurvy! It's the scourge of our times if you're dumb enough to try to eat... What did he eat, mayonnaise?
All meat and mayonnaise.
Oh.
Ugh.
I'm surprised that he got scurvy.
The doctor said.
I mean, if it's all processed meat, that would make sense. So I suppose that's possible.
Uh-oh.
What? What you got?
Trump raised his eyebrows with a tweet declaring he did not have a series of mini strokes.
I don't care!
I think he had a lot of fucking strokes on the golf course.
I don't
Pretty
care.
fucking sure on that one.
I don't care.
Did you know you can, like, there's a website out there that you can just look up how many times Trump played golf?
Yes.
It's a lot.
We've covered it.
Okay. He didn't have many strokes.
Yes.
I did not. I did not have many strokes. I did not.
I don't care. By the way, one of the indicators of a mini stroke is that you can't tell whether or not you had a mini stroke. So,
Oh, hi, Pence.
I'm not even
Don't you
sure.
think that would be, like, really awesome? Like, if Tommy Wiseau plays Trump?
Maybe.
That would be great. I did not let the corona out. I didn't.
Not
Wasn't
me.
me.
What me?
It was the Democrats. Can't you believe me?
Right.
You're tearing me apart, Democrats.
Right. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
President Trump posted a baffling tweet on Tuesday declaring that he has not had a series of mini strokes.
He probably just saw it somewhere on TV. I mean, whatever.
I didn't have many strokes.
Yeah, whatever. I love the idea that
They're trying to say that your favorite president, me, went to Walter Reed Medical Center having suffered a series of many strokes. Never happened to this candidate. False news. Fake news.
I've never even heard of that. So I feel like he's trying to make up news at this point. He's trying to...
Oh no, a book came out that was talking about they covered up whatever happened over there at the hospital.
Oh, I see.
And they say that, like, they can handle almost everything at the White House hospital. You know what I mean? Like, they got a real fucking hospital, like, right there.
Right.
Like, and they can handle, like, almost everything.
Except for mini strokes?
Well, they probably don't have a CT machine there.
You mean an MRI?
Yeah, either one of those.
Well, I mean, CT machines are pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they would want to have that on hand for the president.
Seems a little excessive since,
You would hope that your president is healthy enough to not have to have that on hand.
Well, no, the hospital is really just is very close. I mean, really, it's I don't know. Let me find out. How far is Walter Reed from the White House? Let's see. It's farther than I thought. It's 8 miles. And it's 8 miles through relatively dense. But then again, I mean, by helicopter, that's nothing. Like, that's beyond nothing.
So they're thinking Trump said this about the mini strokes
Mm-hmm.
because he read another tweet from President Clinton's former press secretary, Joe Lockhart,
Mm-hmm.
that said if Trump had a stroke, which he is hiding from the American public, if right, Lockhart did not say many strokes.
I just don't care. None of this matters.
Could have had so many strokes.
Kevin, none of it matters.
Many strokes for different folks.
No. Phones are up, by the way, 984-664-2723. Man, quiet day. We're not even getting any chat. This is terrible. Like you guys have better things to do on September 1st. Come on. And I think Walter Reed is just the closest military hospital. I'm pretty stinking sure that there is a closer hospital.
There's a pee-pee tip and
Don't care.
had some strokes.
I can't wait for it to be done. I just can't wait. I'm serious. I can't wait. Can't wait. Cannot wait, Kevin. A good time will be had by all when it's finally fucking done. What you got, motherfucker?
Walmart's gonna start their delivery service. Walmart Plus.
Walmart Plus. Is that the best you guys could do?
That's what they got.
Okay. That's good.
Hey, if that means less people go to the store, like, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I suppose. I do my best to never go to Walmart.
But you end up there sometimes.
Yeah.
But it used to be because they were 24 hours, and then now none of them are 24 hours. Then, like, what's the fucking point of Walmart?
Right. That's right.
That's
right.
That's my opinion on this.
The primary reason I went to Walmart is that nothing else was opened.
Right, me too.
And
you need a cord at 2 a.m. Okay, let's go to Walmart.
That's right. Other than that, I don't know what good it is. I see no benefit to it.
What do you think about the iPhone iOS exposure notification express system?
I think it won't be adopted by governments, so it doesn't matter. This is an API that was introduced into the phones a very long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And none of that matters. It wasn't adopted by anybody, and because it wasn't adopted by anybody, there's no real benefit to it. Like, really, there's none. So, I mean, that's nice, I suppose. And it doesn't really matter. Kevin is loading new things. What you got?
This is from sciencemag.org.
Okay.
With the happy science and everything. Trump denies. Don't vote for him.
Is that a gold skeleton? Kind of looks like it's made out of gold.
Just really old.
Oh, okay.
Parasitic worms found in medieval human remains hold secret for eradicating them today. Fingernail-sized roundworms are a scourge in less economically developed countries where they cause diarrhea, stunt children's growth, and even kill.
Okay.
A new study suggests these parasites were just as common in medieval Europe as they are today, suggesting Europe's later improvements to hygiene and sanitation provided enough to conquer them.
Uh-huh.
The new study is extensive and well done, says Roger Pritchard, a parasitologist at McGill University who was not involved with the work.
Parasitology.
He wasn't involved, but it confirms, he said, that Europe's successful eradication efforts were simply the result of naturally low parasite numbers.
That's good.
Two of the most insidious roundworms, whipworms and hookworms.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Infect the intestines and expel their eggs and feces, where they go on to contaminate soil, crops, and water supplies. More than 1.5 billion people are currently affected by parasites. That's crazy.
What, that parasites are still a thing?
1.5 billion people are afflicted with parasites.
That's right.
That's fucking crazy.
Well.
These parasitic worms belong to the group known as the helminths.
Uh-huh.
Have been parasiting humans for thousands of years. Scientists have spotted them in medieval bones and feces, even in the remains of King Richard III.
Richard III, you say?
Although researchers knew the parasites were there, they did not have a good way to estimate their prevalence.
So what's the point of the article? Parasites happened? Okay, good.
After screening these samples of DNA, scientists confirmed the presence of remarkably intact parasitic eggs by closely looking at their samples under a microscope. Looks a bit like American football, Smith explains. While their cases is round, lumpy oil, all told, the team found that 25% of the individuals were inflicted with trichiturus and about 40% with ascaris, and those rates stayed fairly stable over time compared to the 18th century.
Good, I think. I don't know what to say about that.
Chemotherapeutic drugs developed in the 1960s can eradicate these worms. But medical records reveal that Europe was largely helminth-free by the beginning of the 20th century, though it flared up in the trenches of World War I. This suggests Europe's improvements to plumbing, hygiene, and sanitation made the difference, Smith and his colleagues concluded, and in that turn reinforces World Health Organization calls, along with other groups, for these improvements in other nations. These sorts of things happened in Europe. They were very powerful.
Right. That's good.
Parasitic worms.
I don't know what to tell you other than I wish I cared, and I don't.
Murder hornets.
I don't care about...
Parasitic
No,
worms.
Kevin, I don't care about parasitic worms. I don't care about murder hornets.
COVID-19.
Yeah, I care about COVID-19, but so many words have been said about it that I'm just done. I'm just sick of it. Am I the only one who's sick of it? I have a feeling that, in general, the way that people get sick of something is different than the way that I get sick of it. Like I'm sick of it. I am fucking sick of it. But the difference, I suppose, is that if I get sick of something, that doesn't mean I'm like not going to take the same precautions. I'm still going to take the same precautions. And I'm just sick of it. Tired of it. Want normalcy back. Just like everybody else.
Facebook and Twitter remove Russia-backed accounts targeting left-leaning voters. Thank
Okay.
God. Russians. Eesh.
Yes, the Russians are going to fuck with our election. Want to know why?
Hey, Trump is the greatest ever, man.
I'll tell you why. Because thwarting democracy is what Putin does best.
Trump gonna win, MAGA.
I mean, the Russian definition of democracy is the funniest part of the whole thing. Oh, it's okay. You have choice between Vladimir and Putin. That's your choice. Now, granted, a lot of people don't like your choice of candidates in any election in this country. But in this case, the two don't exactly fit. Picture a world where there is absolutely no choice as to which person you are picking. Meaning the primaries are rigged. You can't vote in the primaries at all. Or the party gets to choose okay, how do I put this better? The party that is in power gets to choose who can run against them.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the same thing. Like, calling that democracy is absurd. We're not a perfect democracy either, by the way.
No.
but we are a representative democracy, and absolutely anybody can run for president. What you got, motherfucker?
Facebook said that Russian agents set up a site posing as an independent news outlet and managed to recruit unwitting freelance journalists to write stories that were shared by dozens of social media accounts created through artificial intelligence.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't think that means what most people think it means. I wish it did, but it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't mean that. That's not what it means.
Hey, on November 3rd, 2020, you're gonna have a pretty fucking bad day. Get it?
Wasn't it July something,
Yeah, well, you can just
1990?
change it to whatever you want.
Oh, 1999, I want to say.
Everybody, him, you're dead. You're all dead. Everybody's dead.
I love that freeze frame that they leave it on too. It's like, you know, like on the TV, Sarah Connor's face is like, da 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 da.
Both Facebook and Twitter detected and removed accounts associated with the sites before any of them had gathered a large following. Facebook said it removed 13 accounts and 2 pages that together had gained 14,000 followers.
Attention, Facebook. You don't get bonus points for fixing your fuck up.
Twitter said it suspended 5 accounts and will continue to block any content connected to the Peace Data website.
Uh-huh. A long pause as we consider.
Russians are anti-democratic.
No, Russians are anti-America, and democracy just kind of like follows suit.
Hey, let's fuck with them again. Okay, Putin,
What else are you gonna do?
let's do it.
Yeah. It's okay. We couldn't all be friends, because then we wouldn't need national defense. Long pause.
Yeah, it's just interesting, this whole...
Read it!
Between February and August, the website published more than 500 articles in English and over 200 in Arabic, which were shared to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, according to Graphica.
Mm-hmm.
Graphica. The researchers quote one article by a guest writer that accused Biden and Harris of submission to right-wing populism, as much as preserving careers as winning votes. Another story, according to Graphica, accused Harris and the Democrats of deliberately avoiding being held accountable by setting no moral standard for the public to hold them to.
Okay. I'm not sure what a moral standard is. I really don't. Like, that doesn't mean anything. Those are like words that don't mean anything. And the idea that someone's supposed to defend that while the pussy-grabbing president that we have is not a Democrat doesn't make any sense to me at all. Wow, it's like a non-news day.
Nah.
Well, what else you got?
Walmart joins Microsoft in a bid to buy TikTok. Okay.
Well, now the kids are going to have to find some other way to thwart you. Because you've automatically made it uncool. Like,
TikTok is not cool anymore.
yeah, seriously, what is you are making this so uncool right now. Straight up uncool. Speaking of uncool, did you know in Chile the value-added tax for an iOS app is 19%?
Whoa.
In Saudi Arabia, it's 15%. Wow. Next time you think taxes are high here, look at every other country.
Ever.
That is fucking bonkers. Mexico is 16%.
Wow.
That is completely absurd. New digital services tax of 2% in the UK. Oh, by the way, their VAT, 20%. So a 99-cent app is going to cost you, what, 22 cents more. So $1.21. Or £1.21, I guess. That's not cheap. That is straight up not cheap. What else you got, motherfucker? Nothing?
More U.S.
Still waiting.
Kelly Erdoglue in Swambren, Wales, was disappointed when her petition to open a coffee shop catering to bicyclists, including parking spaces for bikes, was turned down by the local planning board because it lacked sufficient parking for cars. It's crazy, Erdoglue told The Guardian in mid-August, because the Welsh government have prioritized about $450 million to improve walking and cycling within Wales. Erdoglue is planning to appeal. No way am I giving up. Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, so unfairness towards cars. That's cool. I mean, I feel like the world would be a better place with more of that. It wouldn't bother me not one bit. What would you think about a 7-inch iPhone?
That's a pretty big iPhone you got there.
That would not be a small iPhone.
Is that an iPhone in your pocket? Can't be the same.
They're already impossible to put in your pocket.
Internet experience.
You know who? Okay, you know who I feel bad for? Women. Have you ever seen girl jean pockets? They're fucking absurd.
Fucking absurd.
They can barely, like, you couldn't even fit a normal size hand. Like, if you have baby hands, they would fit in those pockets. But girls' jeans are so tight that there's absolutely no way you could ever fit your phone in there. It's just not doable. Nothing.
Hannon. What a bunch of douche.
Don't care.
What a bunch of douche that followed you.
I honestly wish that Trump could make up his mind. Which is it? Is Biden a socialist with an extremist agenda? Or is he Sleepy Joe? Which one is he? You can't be a moderate and an extremist at the same time.
And a sleepy extremist.
Which one is it? Which one is it? Is he a maniacal motherfucker that you need to be afraid of? Or is he a flat old boring moderate? Which one? Oh, we're gonna Durker. Yeah, Durker. No, they're Durker. I love that by the end of the episode at South Park, it basically just turns into a Durker. Oh my God, how many more scrollings can you do? Nothing? Really? Nothing? Okay, I'll break in here.
Democratic data firm predicts chaos with postal votes revealing days after election of Biden victory.
I don't understand the title.
Okay, so let's click into that. This comes from dailymail.co.uk.
Oh boy. This is like, okay, Daily Mail is basically like the Inquirer.
Okay.
It's somewhere between the Inquirer and USA Today.
The CEO of a Democratic political data agency predicted chaos on election day. Josh Mendelson told Axios on HBO in an interview that will air Sunday evening that the firm Hot Fish has a theory of the red mirage in November. We believe that on election night we are going to see Donald Trump in a stronger position than reality actually is, Mendelson said. He suggested that after mail-in ballots were accounted for, Democratic candidate Joe Biden will be revealed as the actual winner days after the election is held.
Oh, okay. So they're predicting something that
Because everybody's gonna mail in their ballot, and it's gonna take a while to count it, and so they're predicting all this mail for Biden.
Okay. I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. Like, not at all. But at the end of the day, so is the concern that it will not look like Biden won, and then they'll be like, never mind, Biden won. We actually shouldn't have declared the winner.
I hope not.
I'm asking about the article. Like, is that what the article is talking about?
He said the midst of the coronavirus pandemic are setting the stage for potential chaos.
We're already there.
Mendelson that it may appear on November 3rd that Trump is the victor. It is likely true results won't be known for days, as the usual amount of mail-in ballots will be used in this election in lieu of turning up in person to vote.
Correct.
The film predicts after the mail-in ballots are accounted for, Democratic candidate Joe Biden will actually be revealed as the winner.
Yes.
President Trump has constantly rallied against universal mail-in voting as Democrats push for the measure as coronavirus continues to pose a threat to some demographics like the elderly, ill, and immunocompromised. And everybody else.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's also pretty bad for people on Earth.
President claimed mail-in voting will cause higher instances of fraud, and has insisted that it would disproportionately benefit Democrats.
I don't care. I don't want to hear that shit anymore. There isn't a scrap of proof to it. Fine. Okay. I gotcha. Here we go. Let's see. Oklahoma man detained for hitting Taco Bell drive-thru naked, claimed that clothes were in washer. This is a piece of journalism that is entirely worthy of this show. Some guy went through a drive-thru naked, and in case that wasn't good enough for you, someone sues Wendy's after finding a racist note on the receipt.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you can sue somebody for that. Unless you can prove, of course, that Wendy's is contributing to the environment that permits. Yeah, it's just too much. That is a bridge too far. Straight up a bridge too far.
It's not okay for them to do that.
What do you mean by, well, that doesn't mean you can sue for it.
Right.
Yes, it's not a good thing. Straight up. And at the same time, also not a thing.
I remember this time when we had a break time.
I remember this time when that takes time. So I'm happy to give it started.
Trump calls companies supporting Black Lives Matter weak. Oh, Jesus.
I can't wait till we have another president. I can't wait. I will hand it to Trump. I am this tired of winning. That is how tired of winning I am. This is the precise amount of winning that I get sick of. Oh boy. Just found an entire blog of Florida Man. Oh, okay, no, I have to show you this. Check this scary bitch out.
Whoa.
Florida woman attempts to kidnap neighbor's infant in the middle of the night.
Whoa.
What a fucking psycho.
Psycho.
Look at all these mugshots. Fakes cancer, steals more than $85,000 in donations.
Wow.
That is a lovely piece of Florida. Wow. Yeah, ugh. Those eyes are gonna fucking haunt me. That is a frightening thing. Okay, as you were saying, Kevin.
South Florida restaurants and casinos reopen as governor vows no more COVID-19 shutdowns. Oh my God.
You can't say that. Nobody wants that. Like, you can't say that. That's not a thing.
There's no more shutdowns. Hey, everybody.
Let's cheer and pretend it didn't happen.
Florida governor tells state, there's no need to be fearful.
Uh-huh. Yep. What could possibly go
there
wrong?
He is, Ron DeSantis.
Uh-huh.
We got all hands on deck. In Miami-Dade County, restaurants were allowed to come back. Diners to indoor.
How did that work out?
Time in almost 2 months, provided masks were worn and the establishments operated at 50% capacity.
Yeah, how did that work out? Oh, you mean again? Because they already tried that, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Was a bit of a munted shit show, I believe, as the Aussies would call it.
Ron DeSantis is allowing people to move to phase 2, which would allow more businesses to resume operations.
Okay.
DeSantis reiterated on Monday that in a news conference at the village's retirement community, saying that he is looking at reopening bars and nightclubs, and wants the 3 South Florida counties, Palm Beach, Broward, and Miami-Dade, to join the rest of the state in reopening business. Time for business.
Wow.
Everything's open except the nightclubs and the pubs. And that's something we're going to address.
But are you? I mean,
we're going to work with 3 southern Florida counties, getting them where they are, and that's really like the last piece of the puzzle.
Right. Getting them where they are. Uh-huh. That doesn't even make sense. I thank you very much, Florida man.
So aren't people just going to get sick again?
Yes. That's exactly what's going to happen. That is precisely what will happen. There are like no questions, no ifs, ands, no buts. That is exactly what is going to happen. Okay, more of ADHD Radio right after this.
Laugh so hard as the first time watching these Mr. Methane videos. Your
Methane.
is the most contagious and beautiful thing in the world.
Methane.
So, yes, happy birthday,
This guy's
my lovely Christy.
half Gollum.
Well, love, it's a strange thing, isn't it? And so what I thought I'd do, Christopher, for your birthday is, I thought I'd fart along to the Bee Gees.
Of course you did.
Is your love. But there's a bit of a problem, you see. The old Bee Gees, I don't think there's any left now, I'm not sure. But whoever owns the Bee Gees catalogue doesn't like you to use it.
Oh, God.
Only the official Bee Gees, which is fair enough. So I've got myself together a little organ recital, and I'm gonna do the Gibb Brothers. I'm gonna go lead vocals with me anus. So let's do it.
God!
Christopher, on your birthday, on the 17th
With me
of
anus.
August, from Mr. Methane and Laken. Let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Christopher.
Oh, no!
Farting position. Let me give you one for level.
Let me get into farting position.
Holy shit.
Oh, we're sounding good tonight. Sounding good. So why don't we do this? This is my this is my rendition, my anal vocal rendition of How Deep You Know by the Bee Gees.
Oh, no. Oh my God.
I like the posters on the wall.
Uh-huh.
Look, he was like way younger in that one where it's this Thursday, 14th of December.
Oh my God. This guy's made a career of this. Oh my, okay. Like, words escape me.
I love the music.
It sounds like if there was elevator music in hell, like this would be it.
This guy has talent.
He certainly has something. Possibly a brain tumor. Oh boy, now he's grabbing his ankles. Wow.
I must get into fighting position.
I love that he has his own little, like, look at this. He's got like a little air mattress on his desk.
Wow.
Oh, he's changed his embouchure.
Oh, he's trying to direct it now.
Ah. Oh, wow.
We're gonna skip to the end.
Oh my God, he really does the whole ballot, doesn't he?
There was like 4 more minutes there.
Okay, no elevator ride should ever be that long.
I want to see what happens when it's over. Oh, whoa.
Heck.
I'm sure.
It's a bit frenetic, that. That was the Bee Gees. How deep is your love? My goodness. You've got to be farting fit to do that one and to keep up.
Farting fit.
Well, listen, Christopher, enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you have a very, very happy birthday. And if you're thinking of trying this at home, then always clear your throat and open a window and make sure the neighbours aren't listening. Okay, I'm going to hit the shower now, so take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Oh my God. Wow. 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 I think
Happy birthday, Christopher.
I feel like I should buy this for all of my enemies. Like, I feel like people should just start getting these from me for no good reason. Wow. Well, not to be outdone, I can't help but call attention to the fact this is not nearly as good as a grown man farting for an entire ballot.
Dude, really? That was a long time. That was like 5 minutes of farting.
No, that was straight up impressive.
It says, oh, I love these comments. Another masterpiece from the master.
Wow.
Many thanks for new subtone sound with Mr. Methane. Your horn sounds so tenderly in this amazing tune.
All right, you got to
keep up with the rhythm.
Be sure,
I know, it's hard.
Be sure to write something there that's like, you know, that is excellent anal embouchure. Because I don't know what else to call it.
An easy listening tune.
Okay, enough.
Masterful display of physical prowess and raw talent.
Kanye West presidential campaign ballot filed 14 seconds too late. Kanye West presidential campaign appears to hit a bit of a snag. Aside from the snag, of course, that is the fact that Kanye West is running for president. West's campaign lawyer had a variety of reasons he thought this shouldn't matter, including suggesting that the iPhone clock is notoriously faulty. If this is not "it was a windy day" again, I've never heard it. According to the Milwaukee Sentinel, West's campaign is arguing he belongs on the presidential ballot in Wisconsin, even if his campaign turned in his nomination signatures 14 seconds after 5 p.m. on August 4th. The 23-page document filed Monday says a state elections commission staffer told a West campaign aide, which is probably actually just Kanye West, that he turned in the nomination papers 14 seconds after the deadline. State law says the papers had to have been filed not later than 5 p.m. Excuse me, 5 p.m. doesn't really mean 5 p.m. Quote, the statutory provision does not distinguish between minutes and seconds. I mean, the lawyer is correct. Next, there was the time needed to unlock the door and interference from, well, everyone. Even assuming filing was not timely to begin with, the commission should find the nomination paperwork was timely filed. I have a feeling Kanye's not going to pay this dude unless he's allowed to run. But holy shit, I just can't get anus breath out of my head.
Say there, would you like to know how to beat the world's longest fart, or at least get it close?
Oh God, does he actually have lessons?
The current Guinness Book of World Records holder for the world's longest fart is
boy.
a man named Bernard Clements of London. This man managed to let one off continuous fart for exactly 2 minutes and 42 seconds, a feat that has yet to be close to replicated by any other fart enthusiasts.
You do realize not only did he squeeze one off for 2 minutes and 14 seconds, he had someone from Guinness like fly there to verify it.
While the braver of you are now running out to buy dollar store stopwatches to time your own farts, the more analytical and anxious to talk strategy, Clements has never released just how he managed to let off such a horrendous fart. Aside from stating that he just squeezed his butt cheeks together.
Mm-hmm.
Although it's impossible to say for sure just how sly the bastard pulled it off. Here are some theories I have personally compiled during my research.
Oh, God. Okay. All right, Kevin.
Number 1.
Yes.
The air embezzler.
Uh-huh.
According to the blog fartingforboys.com, one can learn
Wait,
how to fart.
whoa. You are going to that website immediately.
Oh, God, no.
You brought it up. I can't believe it's real, but I believe we have to verify it. There's a reason that that iMac does nothing else all week.
Fartingforboys.com.
Oh, boy.
We're doing it. Oh, man.
Ah.
Okay, let's search for it on Google.
Man, Google already thinks we're freaks.
Oh, here's farting for guys.
I think that it's a misprint. I bet it's a typo. To hear the stunning conclusion of that show, you can check that out from last week's archive. And I need to get rid of that replay and get that up. And
look at that. That was all live and smooth.
Yes, that's right. I go for live and smooth. I try. I try for live and smooth my very best, as well as I can. It's very hard. Like, using a switcher is designed to be easy, and it is. It's exceptionally easy. You could train a monkey to do it. The hard part is doing it smoothly without having to look. That's always the tricky part. All right, what you got, motherfucker?
Elon Musk
Uh-huh.
implants Neuralink inside a pig.
No, he didn't. He doesn't have a medical degree. Or maybe he figured out that he doesn't need one. Either way, that scares the shit out of me. Okay.
Elon Musk will show how the Neuralink brain thing works.
Uh-huh.
Pig named Gertrude was the star of the show when Elon Musk debuted a working demo of his latest technology, Moonshot.
What does Moonshot have to do with Neuralinks of pigs?
A new kind of implantable chip for the brain.
Oh, that's right. Moonshot is his generic term for something crazy.
There's the pig right there that's got the brain implant.
Yep, looks like a pig to me. It's oinking. It's on a treadmill.
Its name is Tasty Bacon.
It looks like it's on a treadmill. It totally looks like it's on a treadmill, which totally fucks with me.
Elon Musk promised that he'd show a working demo of his latest technology moonshot,
Yes.
a new kind of implantable chip to the brain.
Mm-hmm.
And he did it, but it wasn't with a human subject, rather a pig named Gertrude.
Yeah, he figured out that there was all sorts of pesky requirements, like a medical degree, to do it with humans.
I'm going to call her Gertruda.
Gertruda?
Mhm.
Okay.
In a live stream event that began characteristically late, Musk unveiled 3 not-so-little pigs.
Uh-huh.
One that did not have an implant in from his brain-computer interface company Neuralink.
Uh-huh.
One that had been implanted in the past. And Gertrude,
Go on.
who currently has a prototype of the device. Gertrude shuffled around her pen, sniffing the ground and eating, while loud beeps and blips filled the air and a display showed real-time spikes in her brain activity.
Uh-huh. That's
Musk
what...
explained that Gertrude
Yes.
had an implant inserted into her head 2 months before, and that it connected to the neurons in her snout.
Uh-huh. Snout neurons.
When she touched something with her snout, it sent neural spikes that were detected by more than 1,000 electrodes in an implant.
I don't see how this is innovative.
Why show pigs you're developing a product that's aimed for humans?
No. How is this different from every other neurological implant that we've ever done?
Pigs are actually quite similar to people.
Yes, they are. But again, how is this different?
If we're going to figure out things for people, then pigs are a good choice. Musk explained
That's right. But
during a question and answer session after the pig reveal, soon adding, if the device is lasting in a pig, it's lasted there for 2 months. Hold on. If it's going strong, then there's no good sign the device is robust for people.
okay, how is this different than every other thing that has ever been implanted in a pig brain? We still don't have an answer for that.
Presentation came more of a year after Musk first introduced his plan of a new kind of implantable computer chip. Last July, he sketched out a vision of a computer chip connected to an extremely slim wires with electrodes on them.
Yes, we've
would
done that. That's
embed
right.
into a person's brain with a surgical robot.
That's right.
The implant would connect wirelessly to a small behind-the-ear receiver that could communicate with the computer.
Okay. I still haven't heard about something that is new and fresh.
Musk says he hopes to implant one day and help quadriplegics control smartphones and perhaps endow users with sort of telepathy.
Uh-huh.
Existing brain-machine interfaces that would collect electrical signals sent out by the brain and interpret them as actions.
Okay, so this is EEG biofeedback, and it's something
All of
we've...
this to sell you ads on Facebook. No.
Wow.
The demo, which Musk has teased on Twitter, is saying that it would show neurons firing in time. Real time.
As a Tesla stock owner, I totally shouldn't say this, but Tesla stock should go down now, because I don't see how this is any different.
He said the company scrapped the idea for behind-the-ear receiver in favor of a fully embedded implant about the size of a coin
Uh-huh.
that would be placed below the skull. Whoa, he's got the coin right there.
I got it. How is it different from every other neurological interface?
Gonna put it on your brain.
Yes, we have that. That's already a thing. What makes it different? Is it different because it basically is completely inside of the skull?
The device uses Bluetooth low energy to communicate with the computer.
Mm-hmm.
The demo featured the second version of a surgical robot that Musk introduced last July, which is meant to insert Neuralink into the brain.
And what's its stupid name?
The
The robot.
brain-machine interface is not new.
Thank
It doesn't say
you.
what it is. Scientists have been working on them for decades.
That's
And they've
right.
been implanted and tested in animals such as monkeys as well as humans. There are deep brain stimulation devices approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration that are meant for, among other things, controlling tremors in people with Parkinson's disease.
That's right.
And several tech companies have worked on their own methods of connecting a brain to computer. Facebook, for instance, has worked on non-invasive device that lets you send text messages by thinking.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's just fucking weird.
It's not. Like,
That's weird.
this is just EEG biofeedback, like, connected to a macro. Don't get me wrong. I think it's cool. I don't see how it's different.
San Francisco-based Synchron makes a wireless device that can be placed using blood vessels, averting the need for surgery to get the device into the brain.
Mm-hmm.
It announced it got a breakthrough designation from the FDA this week
Okay.
and began testing the device in people.
All right. Fantastic. I don't care. I hate to say it.
Under the skull implant.
I love a lot of Elon Musk's ideas. I fail to see how this is innovative. Maybe that's my failure of vision. But I don't see the point. I want to see a point.
Procedure required to embed these devices in the brain can be complicated.
Yes, that's putting it lightly.
These days, the skull is typically cut open and the brain is exposed. Chips are inserted and connectors are mounted into
Oh,
the
okay.
skull.
So is the implantation the novel part?
And then the head stitched up.
Yes. Has he come up with a new way to do that?
The robot would instead be able to implant wires under a person's skull as threads, bypassing blood vessels, causing minimal trauma.
Okay. Then cover that because the electrode is not new. Again, I do not hate innovation. I have yet I've yet to see how this is different than your run-of-the-mill thing.
He planned to send space tourists to the moon in 2018, and that ain't happened yet.
Okay, so what? He's still done pretty awesome things. He made a rocket that lands itself. How do you like that, NASA? Again, I don't hate Elon Musk. I just don't see that this is any different than other electrodes.
He wants to put a coin in your brain.
I get that. I just don't see how that's any different.
Coin in the brain. It's different because Elon Musk wants to do it.
Okay.
I want to put a coin in your brain that drives your Tesla.
Fine by me. But I don't see how it's any different than every other electronic implantation because we've been doing those for a long time. I also feel horrible for the animals, but apparently the pig has no idea what happened.
Florida fisherman hooked state record with 70-pound catfish.
Gross. At least this is not Florida man dying in some horrible way or stealing somebody's baby. This is like a relatively non-violent, unless you're a fish, a relatively non-violent Florida man.
Non-violent Florida man.
Hey, they're a dying breed, right? Like, there really aren't very many Florida men who don't end up doing horrible things. So we should at least call that out for a moment and see it as what it is.
Okay, so have you heard about this whole thing with John Oliver in Danbury, Connecticut?
Yes.
It's fantastic.
It is absolutely fantastic. You want to wrap with that? Because we probably should. I completely and totally support that.
John Oliver throws back at Danbury officials, demands sewage plant be named after him
Yes.
in his honor.
And I'm completely in support of that.
John Oliver is putting pressure on Danbury, Connecticut city officials to make good on their tongue-in-cheek threat to name a sewage plant in his honor.
They seriously should, though. He's donating a lot of money.
The host of Last Week Tonight with John Oliver is offering a $50,000 donation to the charity if the city actually follows through on the naming of the facility, the John Oliver Memorial Sewer Plant.
I completely support this.
The city's mayor, Mark Boughton, posted a now viral Facebook video on August 22nd, cheekily vowing to name the town's plant after Oliver. Once again ranted about the upscale city on his show.
Yes. All you have to do is make the sign, except he also made the sign. Did you see that he made the sign?
Because it's full of shit, just like you, John. And then John's like, okay, that was funny. And he's like, hey.
Hey!
Make good on that shit.
No. You don't tease me like that. No, I completely support this. I love that. Like this is the kind of good-humored, good news that the world needs right now.
And then there was a video of the mayor saying that they weren't actually going to do it, and it was a joke. And he goes, "What?
How
So
dare
you're
you?"
not doing it? Oh, fuck you, Danbury. You had the first good idea in your city's history when you chickened out on the follow-through. What a classic Danbury move.
Yes.
Listen, I don't know that I wanted my name on your fucking factory, but now that you've floated it as an option, it's all that I want.
He's right. He's right. Like, I completely support this. What a great idea.
Post the picture of the sign. Your move, Danbury.
That's right. Your move, motherfucker.
The mayor told the Associated Press on Monday that the city's officials were considering Oliver's offer and plan to respond by the end of the week.
What is there to
The
consider? Did you see the
council would have to approve any remaining renaming of the sewage plant.
Oh, what the fuck ever? Say yes. Ah. I swear you can't fix stupid.
Oh, new video will drop Thursday detailing the decision.
Good.
I can't wait.
I got a sneaking suspicion they're gonna say yes since he already made the sign for them.
Fuck you, Danbury.
Fuck you.
That was awesome.
That was pretty great.
I love how he showed the kids too that were like,
Oh yeah, that
on
we're
YouTube.
roasting him. That was
Yeah, that was
fantastic.
great.
All right, that'll do it for this week on ADHD Radio. Tune in each and every Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 to 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 3 to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and fuck you, dogga, UTC time.
next week we'll do the world's largest belts.
Okay, good. As long as they're wearing masks, like, that's good for me.
The longest burp is 1 minute and 13 seconds.
Great.
Achieved by Michelle Forgione of Italy,
Of course.
also known as Brut Mysterio,
Good for her.
at the 13th annual Hard Rock Beer Festival Roto Sound Competition.
She's a bodacious bitch.
The world's longest burp.
Yay. All right, we're out. Pick it a piece, motherfuckers. See ya.